From Connecticut's newsroom. Now, Fox Connecticut News at 11 a.m.
New totals this morning in the governor's race. Updated Associated Press numbers show Dannel Malloy leading Tom Foley by approximately 4,000 votes. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sarah French. The back and forth continues, but the change this time follows updated totals from New Haven voters. We are still waiting for the last 10 precincts to report their numbers, but right now, let's send it out to Fox Connecticut's Anthony DiLorenzo live at the Capitol to break it all down for us. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning, Sarah. Well, these new numbers just add even more confusion here in Connecticut to this already mixed-up governor's race. Let's show you the exact new numbers that we have just gotten an updated tally from the Associated Press. They are reporting that Dannel Malloy now on top with 49% of the vote, just by a slim margin of 4,000 votes with 559,611 to Tom Foley's 559,369 votes. Malloy got about 18,000 more votes in New Haven than Tom Foley. A total that could be enough to win the governor's race. The Courant obtained totals from New Haven Register of Voters that shows Malloy had 22,000 votes compared to Tom Foley's 3,000.
The final vote count expected this afternoon as Connecticut waits anxiously to hear who will officially become the state's next governor. Confusion set in yesterday when the Secretary of the State announced Democrat Dannel Malloy was the winner.
You all heard the Secretary of State say that we are the presumptive elected governor and lieutenant governor. I think that that'll become clearer in the even clearer in the coming hours.
Malloy stood proud and announced his transition team at the Capitol Wednesday afternoon. The only problem, his bitter rival Tom Foley announced the same thing, stirring questions from the public and reporters alike.
Tom Foley just announced that he's got a transition team. Are you guys going to get together maybe and transition together?
Listen, God bless him.
We have to reconcile what the correct number is.
The Associated Press new numbers this morning have Malloy ahead by 4,000 votes with 99% of precincts reporting. A recalculation of the results after New Haven released an amended calculation in Malloy's favor.
The future of Connecticut is, as we've been saying on the campaign trail, is at stake in this election, and it's simply too important for the voters to not make sure that the election results are actually the votes that were cast.
Doubt has been cast on this election thanks to a ballot blunder in Bridgeport. A shortage Tuesday night led to confusion and chaos. Voters were turned away at first, and then a 2-hour voting extension was granted by a judge. That's caused intense scrutiny of the Bridgeport Registrar of Voters and the Secretary of State, and one that's left the future of Connecticut hanging in the balance.
And we can tell you that Secretary of the State Susan Bysiewicz is expected to hold a news conference later on this afternoon, possibly around 2 o'clock, to announce the official results for the governor's race here in Connecticut. Once that does happen, Fox Connecticut plans to carry that live on television for you. We reached out to both camps for a comment this afternoon. I got a hold of Tom Foley's campaign spokesperson, who says they are reserving comment about these new Associated Press numbers until official word comes from the Secretary of the State. That is the latest live from the Capitol this morning. I'm Anthony DiLorenzo, Fox Connecticut.
Thanks, Anthony. And meantime, the Secretary of the State says there are 4 state races